If you're anything like I was, you're making YouTube 10 times harder for yourself. You spend hours on every single part of the process, 5 to 10 hours on editing, and then a few hours on scripting, and then a load of extra time on thumbnail design and getting the right title, description, etc. And the end result often tends to be that you're really proud with the video and you're really happy with how it turned out, but it got 56 views. So you go back to the drawing board and put a load of time into the next one, but then the same thing happens. The more you repeat this process, and the more that I did, the closer and closer you are to burnout. But creating content and doing YouTube is meant to be a fun and enjoyable experience. So I'm going to show you something I changed recently that makes making YouTube videos 100 times more manageable and more enjoyable as well. And the funny thing is, so many creators recently have adopted this new, more time efficient style, and it's blown up their channel for like half of the effort. So let's start with my dilemma over the last 4 years. I spent almost every second of my life making videos better. And this is something that I'd actually advise you do at the start. Improve absolutely everything. I worked on every little thing in my editing, researched and wrote better and better scripts, learned how to make better designs. But as great as this was for me improving my videos and improving my skills, it made YouTube incredibly hard for me. And at times it almost made it a chore because I knew I had to funnel thousands of hours into it. Not to mention that for a large part of it over this last couple of years was done alongside a full-time job. Going through this process too often and every single video was an issue though. You all know that even at the best of times, YouTube is brutal. I'd spend 15 hours on this video and almost really look forward to it uploading at the weekends, only to see it get like 20 views in the first day. And this would happen repeatedly, over and over again. And I'd start to feel sorry for myself. The videos are so good, they're getting better and better and better. Why are the analytics going down and down, or even just staying stagnant? But then I started watching a load of videos myself, and I realized that a lot of the creators going viral or building a massive audience weren't doing this incredibly well edited type of content. They were just speaking to the camera about what they were teaching about or about their experiences, uploading that raw and uncut. This initially made me quite annoyed because I thought, I'm spending so much time on these videos and putting in hours and hours into making content better than theirs, just for it to never work and they get millions and I get 20. Then it got to a point where I said, you know what, I have to have a step back and assess my strategy. And I started uploading videos that were lower effort. Don't get me wrong, I'd still put in a fair bit of time making sure the video was valuable, but I'd start giving myself almost a time limit for different processes. Like, don't take any longer than 1 or 2 hours editing the video. Now initially I thought these videos are just going to tank, it's going to ruin my channel even more, I can't see this going anywhere. But the first video I uploaded in this kind of style got more views than all of the rest. And it was in this moment that I realized YouTube and making content doesn't have to be this hard uphill battle, at least not at the start. And you don't have to put in this intense amount of effort every video. If anything, that could be taking away from your videos, and it probably is in 2025 when this new style is rising. The truth is, videos that are lower effort and more personal and more authentic to your viewers does a lot better now, especially in the educational spaces, because people have watched highly edited, perfect retention style videos for years. And I think people are kind of in the headspace, I know I definitely am, of just sticking on a podcast and just chilling and still learning about things, but in this more relaxed way, and not like you're being taken through a roller coaster of different cuts and different animations. So if you're in that space like I was, of highly editing everything and trying to make every video better, absolutely go for that and improve your skills and improve your content, but don't run yourself into the ground. Make some lower effort ones as well, or try and find a balance in between. You don't have to one-up yourself and prove something every video. Remember that YouTube and making content is a long road, and consistency and always showing up is number one. You want to make this journey and this process of making content as seamless as possible. You don't want to make every video a mountain that you have to climb, because not only will it take away from your life outside of it, but it'll be so much harder to maintain. If you're right at the beginning of your YouTube journey, I want you to almost expect it to take 3 or 4 years and factor that in with the amount of time and effort you put into it at the start. Also, one important thing I've realized and learnt about on podcasts is that making these perfect videos that take up all your time when you don't have an audience is kind of wasted. In my opinion, you're much better off at the start building a loyal audience and putting out more frequent content, and then later down the line when you have a solid basis, you can put out your best videos that you spend like 20 plus hours on, because then they'll actually get a chance in the algorithm with the people you've already built, and it's much more likely to get a return on the input you've put in than if you were to make an incredibly amazing video now and it get 100 views. Don't get me wrong, some of those videos that you put incredible amounts of effort in could blow up later, and they probably will. But what I'm saying is try and make your content creation as frictionless as possible. You want to make this enjoyable and sustainable. Don't burn yourself out in your first 20 videos trying to make Mr. Beast style edits. But as much as I'd advise you to make more relaxed and less edited content, there is one part of your videos that you should always focus on, no matter what the style is. This is your first 30 seconds. This is where more than half of your viewers are probably leaving. And once I made these changes to my videos, I saw my retention graphs massively boost at the start. Watch this video right here to see how I changed this. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed.